Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about a very important topic and when I was deciding to talk about this ego, जो आप सबने देखा होगा, which is today's topic of discussion. I thought that probably this should have been my first video ever because although ये सबसे छोटा topic है जो मैंने select किया है in terms of the size and structure of the word, but I think this is the start and end to everything. Every issue between family, between friends, and all kinds of relationships, I think it starts from ego. So I think being the shortest word, it has the most dangerous and the most toxic effect on ourselves, our growth, our relationships with people around us. So I think first things first, let's start with a very important note that जब भी हम ईगो के बारे में बात करते हैं तो हम हमेशा ईगो को एक नेगेटिव कॉनोटेशन में ही लेते हैं. All of us have ego. It's there in all of us. So then how does it turn bad? And when does it reach a stage where it becomes harmful or hurtful? When that ego is unchecked. So the first thing to do is that, and of course, I think if you're here and if you're listening to me, you're already on way to positive thinking, to actually, think about your own thoughts and think about your own perceptions and actually live consciously. So that's the first step that people with very high egos miss, that they have very low levels of consciousness because they operate on that very superficial level. So I think the first thing is that ego is only bad when it is unchecked. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर आपने किसी को हर्ट किया तो नॉर्मल सर्कमस्टांसिस में अगर आप इतने हाई ईगो वाले इंसान नहीं हैं तो आपको रियलाइज़ होगा कि आपने किसी को हर्ट किया और आपको थोड़े देर बाद अगर वो आपके कोई क्लोज फ्रेंड है या कोई क्लोज फैमिली है तो यू विल आफ्टर अ वाइल व्हेन यू सिट डाउन एंड थिंक अबाउट व्हाट यू डिड you will know and you will realize that you hurt that person. But a person with a higher ego, hey, you were the star of the conversation, you won the argument, you know, everybody was nodding at what you said. So you don't need to worry about whether you hurt somebody. Why do you care? Because you were the star of the show. So I think ask yourself this question: do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? I think people with a very high ego will always answer the first because for them the importance of approval, for them the self importance and that obsession with me and I takes over every other feeling. So probably they won't even realize that they've hurt somebody because again their ego will knock on their heads and say that but what you did was right. So they'll tell themselves, yeah, but then I was the star of the show. I was the person, you know, with whom everybody was talking to and with whom everybody was trying to make eye contact. So I was the person who actually stunned everybody. So your ego will not let you see the difference between genuine and fake. The truth of the matter would be कि जो लोग आपको उस वक्त सुन रहे थे वो प्रॉब्ली आपको इसलिए सुन रहे थे क्योंकि उनके पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं था, या फिर वो आपको इसलिए सुन रहे थे और आपको टोक नहीं रहे थे, आपसे आर्ग्यू नहीं कर रहे थे बिकॉज वो आपसे आर्ग्यू करके अपना टाइम वेस्ट नहीं करना चाहते. And then there are some other people also who actually just rejoice in the fact that you are so blissfully unaware of what you're talking about. So they're actually enjoying your confusion and they're actually enjoying listening to you. But again, your ego will not let you see that because again, your ego will remind you of that of that approval that you got, or of that, appreciation that you could see in people's eyes, because you don't know the difference between what is fake and what is genuine because you are obsessed with being right and you're obsessed with the I part of it, with the me part of it. So that's the first thing. Second thing is that I think, ego, people with a higher ego, they will never take responsibility for failure or they will never accept their mistakes. So, you might be wondering that what happened that people suddenly, after you got promoted, people stopped calling you? And you're thinking what possibly you could have done. The truth of the matter is that when you got promoted, they got reminded of the fact that they did not. So उनकी इनसिक्योरिटीज आपके प्रमोशन से या आपके किसी सक्सेस से बाहर निकल कर आ गई, और वो इनसिक्योरिटीज और कुछ नहीं लेकिन उनकी पास्ट की गलतियां हैं, उनकी लैकिंग्स हैं जो उन्हें पता है, कहीं ना कहीं हम सबको पता होता है कि हमने क्या गलती करी है। और अगर हम एक्चुअली बैठ के सोचेंगे तो वो हम एक सिंगल चीज़ को पिन पॉइंट कर पाएंगे कि शायद हमने ये डिसीजन गलत ले लिया, या शायद हमें ये नहीं करना चाहिए था, या ये नहीं कहना चाहिए था. So each one of us can actually sit and ponder upon, and if we reflect on our mistakes, we will be able to learn our lessons from it. But people with higher egos, they are actually not concerned about learning, because again, their focus is on whether they were approved or whether they were not approved. So even अगर उनने कोई गलती की है, so instead of being busy in, you know, saving yourself from that mistake and saving yourself from the failure that comes from that mistake, they are busy saving their faces. So I think that is why they can never accept responsibility for their own mistakes and responsibility for what happened after that, because they have not come to terms with their own insecurities. And this leads me to the third, that is that you will always see that people with a very higher ego will never enjoy the company of equals. Why? Because with your equals or with people who are smarter than you, people who are wiser than you are constantly challenged. Your knowledge is constantly challenged. What you know of the world, what you understand of the world, what you know about your work, what you know about relationships will constantly be challenged. And people with higher egos don't like to be challenged. Why? Because they want to be the center of the show. They want to be the main person who everybody is talking about. So again, their focus is not on learning, their focus is not on growth. Why? Because they're craving that importance, and they will not get that if there's a person in the room who's smarter than they are. Because that person has put their knowledge to test. So I think if whatever we've spoken about, if you think that you are suffering from that, or if the answers to all of these questions have been a yes for you, then I think the first thing that you need to do is keep yourself in a very challenged company. You really have to be with people who are smarter than you and with people who are wiser than you. Because grow आप तभी कर पाएंगे, आप कुछ तभी सीख पाएंगे अगर आपका फोकस ग्रो करने पे है और लर्निंग पे है. एंड ऑफ कोर्स कहीं ना कहीं आपका जो ईगो है वो आपको वो एस्पेक्ट देखने पे मजबूर कर रहा है. वो आपको उस एस्पेक्ट को एक्चुअली दिखा नहीं पा रहा है जिससे आप एक्चुअली आगे बढ़ेंगे, बिकॉज उसका फोकस आपको वो एस्पेक्ट दिखाने पे है जहाँ आप जीते हैं, जहाँ आपने कुछ सही बोला, या जहाँ आपको वो अप्रूवल मिला जो आपकी ईगो क्रेव करती है. सो द फोकस इज कम्प्लीटली शिफ्टेड. But if you want to bring your focus back, you have to keep yourself challenged. You have to listen to people who are maybe younger than your age, maybe older than your age, but have something new to bring to the table, have something new to add to your knowledge. And the very important thing is, जो मैंने डॉक्टर APJ अब्दुल कलाम जो हमारे एक्स प्रेसिडेंट थे उनकी एक स्पीच में सुना था, where he said that in the 1970s when इंडिया का एक रॉकेट लॉन्च फेल हुआ था, तो इसरो के चेयरमैन आए और उन्होंने पूरी मीडिया के सामने he accepted the mistake that the whole team made, but he took it upon himself. He said sorry to the people of India that it was his mistake that this happened and that the rocket launch failed. But when again the rocket launch was successful after several attempts, he gave the credit to everybody. And I think the main learning here is कि जब आप अपनी गलतियों को एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, उसके बाद ही आप उन पे काम कर सकते हैं. अगर आप एक्सेप्ट ही नहीं करेंगे तो आप हमेशा उस वालनरेबल पोजीशन पे रहेंगे कि कहीं कोई आपको उन गलतियों के बारे में, उन इनसिक्योरिटीज़ के बारे में याद ना दिला दे. और धीरे धीरे वो गलतियाँ आपको गलतियाँ नहीं लगेंगी, धीरे धीरे वो आपके अंदर इनसिक्योरिटीज़ की तरह बैठ जाएंगी, एंड आप यू विल नेवर बी एबल टू कम फेस टू फेस विद देम, or never be able to come with terms with them. So as soon as somebody touches that point, it will hurt you, if at all you're a person with very high ego. So I think accepting your mistakes gives you the chance to work upon them. And success, when you actually give credit to everybody for success, not that you should not take the credit upon yourselves, but if you actually give everybody the credit for your success and not see yourself as the sole important person, it keeps that I in check. It keeps that me, myself attitude in check, and in turn, that will make you more humble, will give you more respect and humility for everybody around you and people who've worked for you. So I think it's very important to keep our egos in check if we want to preserve our relationships. So people, if you like this video and if you have any further comments, मैंने try किया है कि मैं सबसे main points इस discussion में list out करूँ, but अगर आपको लगता है that there are some other important points that I have missed, do tell me in the comment section. I always look forward to receiving your feedback and your valuable comments. So I'll see you with another fresh video on Monday. Have a good weekend and take care of yourself.